Israelite Prepper here, guys. How is it going? How is it going? Good to be back. Good to be back. Hey, listen, I was I actually read a book. I read a book. I had the opportunity to proofread a book from an old friend of mine, and he said something in the book. He pointed out a particular scripture, which was Isaiah 62 and 10, and it really reminded me of my journey of what I'm doing with Remnant Ranch and where I want to go with Remnant Ranch. And what it did, it really made me think about the process, this journey that I'm doing right now. But let me give it to you. Isaiah 62 and 10, which reads, "Go through, go through the gates, prepare ye the way of the people, cast up the highway, gather out the stones, lift up a standard for the people." Now, of course, I'm taking it out of the biblical context and I'm applying it to what I'm doing for Remnant Ranch. But I thought it was interesting because he had pointed it out and he was talking about, leadership and things in the book, which is not out yet. It's not published just yet. But he was saying, he broke it down. He was saying, go through and go through. And what he was saying in that particular part is like, go through and go through the gates. And it's like, do the work. You do it. You do it. Shalom, shalom, Brother Johnny. And it says, you go through it. And I'm sorry, I just did this on the spur of the moment. I'm just jumping right into it, but it really had me inspired, so I wanted to do it unscripted. I'm going raw, uncut, just giving it to you how I'm feeling at the time. But as far as the vision for Remnant Ranch, how's it going, Brother Johnny? As far as the vision for Remnant Ranch, the reason why I'm doing it anyway, okay, I had a small church back in Texas. A couple of family, a few families there, and some of them still want to go, but not everyone is able at the moment to just drop everything, pack up, and move out here out west in Arizona. But I couldn't let that stop me. I have to do it, right? So I take my household, and we moved out this way, and like I said, we bought some land, and the vision that is to build a community of like-minded individuals, like many, communities, communities that are growing across the country. And I just think that is the way to go. I think that is the salvation. I think that's the new ark, if you will, to come out of her, my people, if you will. And the go through the gates. It means I have to pick up and I gotta go. I have to do the work as he had suggested, right? I have to do the work. Shalom, 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 Sister Baker, and prepare ye the way of the people. So I got to do it first. Okay, I want to build this community. I want to go out there and build a community of like-minded individuals, and that means okay, my family, along with other families. You want to know why? So we can build up this tribe. I have my tribe and build up this other tribe of all of us doing the same thing, right? Believing the same thing, serving the same God, right? So that's what I want to do. And then imagine my kids, how they're growing up and the values that I'm trying to instill in my kids. And I know who my neighbor is, and I know how they are raising their children for the most part because we break bread together. And I want my kids to be with their kids. You see what I'm saying? And then when they grow up as adults, I want my sons, if I have sons, I want them to grow up and marry a daughter of Zion, a daughter of Sarah. That's what I would like. Okay, see, that's what I would like. So it just makes sense. Now continue, prepare you the way. That means I have to do it. Okay, cast up the highway. Okay, doing the work, doing John Maxwell said, a leader knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Right? So prepare you the way of the people. So I want to start this community. I want to get everybody going. Cast up the highway, gather out the stones, and lift up a standard for the people, which exactly what I intend to do with this community. That's exactly what I intend to do. I want to lift. I'm trying to say, look, here's an option. Okay, here's an option. But I got to be about the work. Okay, I can't just talk about it. I have to actually do it, which is why from time to time I'll go over to our little practice garden and show you guys what I'm doing, learning those skills, how to garden, getting some of those fundamentals down, right? Buying preps, Okay, buying preps, getting those things done. Okay, buying preps, thinking about all the provisions that I have to make, working on the things like, for instance, having enough food for everyone in my household for like a year. And you want to hit benchmarks and milestones. You want to, okay, let me go ahead and get everybody in my family enough food for 6 months. Okay, you hit that. Okay, let me get enough for a year. Okay, you have that. Everything's good. The war hadn't fell apart yet. Okay, enough for 2 years. Okay. See, so what you want to do is have enough food to where you can have a planting season or two, a plant and a harvest season of one or two. Okay, or even more. Okay, shalom, shalom, Viking preparedness, my brother. Shalom, shalom. Good to have you here. I just popped on here. I was just inspired by this little quote from a friend of mine. He hadn't published a book just yet, and in it he had Isaiah 62 and 10, and that inspired me. Preparing the way, doing the work, getting out there, and just making it happen. Even sometimes we're not completely sure how everything is going to turn out. That's faith, right? That's faith. Abraham, he just left. Go. The Most High said, "Go over here. Go over this far country." So he goes. He just, okay. I hear you. I hear the voice of the Lord. So that's what I'm feeling. Okay, that's how I feel. Not everybody is going to share the vision. I understand that. And the reason why I'm sharing some of this is because some of it is going to weed some people out. And it's not for me, to be mean or anything like that, but I actually want some of it to weed some people out, because I don't want to waste your time. I don't want you to waste my time, right? So if you are about that life, is that something that you wanted to do? I'm just letting you know what it is. I'm sharing the vision. That's why some of the visions I'm just gonna hop on the camera, talk to you, just let you know what's going on. And then some of it I'll be out on the land, or I may be picking up supplies or something. Right now I'm building what am I working on right now? I'm working on like a deck out there, because I have these shipping containers, I have these Connex boxes or whatever, and I'm building a deck between them, right? So it's like, because it's just dirt. There's a bunch of dirt out there, dirt, trees, and stuff like that. So I'm building a deck there, then building like an outdoor kitchen next. Then I got to build some dikes, because I have a creek running through, and I want to build a few bridges to go over it. Thank you, brother. Obedience does bring blessings, and I believe that. I trust that. I trust that. Gonna build some restroom facilities and stuff. I have a couple of trailers on there. I need to remodel. There. I want to do that. Downsizing, getting out of this house. I'll be downsizing pretty soon, because this is a lot of house. This is a lot of house, so I'm gonna be downsizing, and that could be nervous for some people. And yeah, just moving into a trailer. Hey, some people are not gonna like that. They're like, man, I don't want to move in a trailer. I want to stay in the city. I want to stay in my house. I want to be in my big 5-bedroom house, and and all that or whatever. But I'm just detaching myself from it. I don't need it to be happy. Okay, I'm just not gonna. Shalom, shalom, sister Christian. Shalom, shalom. What's going on? Um, but I don't need it to. I don't put my happiness in things. Okay, so Pastor Fox is a person that has already stated his community a good person to learn from. Absolutely. In fact, I started we have a little bit of email communication, because I mean to go out and I mean to visit him. He told me I'm welcome to come out there, and I do mean to visit him this year. I do want to go out there and visit Shofar Mountain this year, and just learn at his feet. This guy's been doing it for years. He knows what he's doing. He knows the word. He knows about prepping and homesteading, and I know a little bit of his background. So I definitely want to go see that guy, Pastor Joe Fox over at Shofar Mountain. I do plan on getting out there. I do plan on getting out to Missouri. That's exactly what I want to do. So I will be getting out there. I will be getting out there. Exactly, brother Johnny. So I'm gonna do that, because it's needed. And I'm humble enough to know that, hey, there's a lot I need to figure out, a lot I need to learn, and I'm gonna go learn it. I'm gonna go learn it. Okay, and I just believe in sharing that vision. I believe people, before someone is able to or willing to buy into something, they're like, okay, what are you doing? Where are you going? What's this about? And so that's why I want to give you guys as much information as possible. That's what we're doing for Remnant Ranch. Okay, again, it's 40 acres. It's up in the mountains, North Arizona. Like I said, I want to build a community, probably a tiny home community, so we can maximize the area. Want to have a bunch of gardens, want chickens, goats, the whole 9 yard. Will other families be able to join your community, join forces with the vision? Absolutely, absolutely, Sister Baker. Yes, other people can join the community. Absolutely. We all we have to do is just serve the Most High. That's all we have to do. Serve the Most High, pretty much. I'll be the Bible teacher there, obviously, but I have a channel, Fountain of Israel. I have a channel. Everyone can see exactly what it is that I teach. I always encourage people to go there in case what I teach doesn't, doesn't line up with what someone believes. You'll know ahead of time, because I don't want to waste anyone's time. And yeah, I do want to do tiny homes. Um, that's the goal. I just want to maximize the area. Think about it. We have a big house. What we tend to do, we're going to just we're gonna just fill it up with stuff. So if you get a big house, you're gonna just fill it up with stuff. And yeah, at the bottom of this video, after I finish uploading, I'll put a link to the ministry channel. I mean, it's like, I think it's over 300 lessons there on various topics. Look at the title, boom, you're right there. Scriptures in most of them, some scriptures are right there for you. No problem, I'll have that there at the bottom of this video after it's done uploading and everything. What's going on, Brother Jay? Ontario, shalom, shalom. Good to have you guys there. I got to tell you guys, it is humbling that you guys, join me, tune in at the spur of the moment like that. It really does, because like I said, I do it unannounced. I mean, I could, like I said, I can have a lot more people, tune in if I advertise and say, hey, I'm going to go live. But see, I didn't know I was going to go live up until, 15 minutes ago. I was just inspired. So that's what I want to do. I want to leave you guys with just a little information of Remnant Ranch, because people have questions, and plus I have questions, in my email boxes and things like that. They're like, okay, is polygyny okay, on the land? I'm like, yes, polygyny is okay on the land. I mean, if you're serious about it, it's not going to be some revolving door, not going to be any of that old wife swapping type. None of that. It's going to be righteous. It's going to be done right. If someone wants to court someone else, that's going to be public. You're going to know, okay, that person's courting that person. All right, she's off limits. Stuff like that. It's not going to be a whole lot of male and female mixing and mingling all throughout the. No, men have stuff to go do. Women have something to do. We'll meet up and eat and fellowship and all that. But it's going to be done in righteousness. Okay, it's going to be biblical. It's going to be done in righteousness and stuff like that. Have some elders and things like that to help adjudicate matters. All that'll be set up. That's why I want the brothers to join me. Let's talk. Okay, let's talk. Start email communication. The email address, FOI Bible Studies with an S at inbox.com. INBOX.com. FOI Bible Studies at inbox.com. Because my whole goal, thank you, sister, is for everything to be done decent and in order. Period. Okay? Period. We want to live by Torah. Okay, we're messianic. Okay, but we want to live by Torah, and we want to go back to the old ways. We want to go back to those other ways, the old ways, and cling to Torah. Okay, all while honoring Messiah. The feast days will be celebrated there, from a messianic perspective and stuff like that. But the feast days will be celebrated and observed there. Some people may say, what about like Purim? Okay, now let me say something about Purim. Of course, obviously that's over in Esther. Now, it is not one of those holy days that is found in Leviticus 23, and it has to do with the plan of God and salvation and all that, right? So it can be done. It can be practiced if a man in his home and he wants to practice, Purim, because technically, we do all of the holy days as a memorial, right? Because we're not in our land, we're not in Jerusalem, we don't have a temple, so on and so forth. So everything that we do is a memorial. But if someone on a community on Remnant Ranch, if a man wants to recognize and observe, Purim, okay, just to remember that, hey, Esther saved us, and we were not eradicated as a people, that's fine. That's completely fine. Okay, none of the man-made holidays, Christmas, Easter, all that, Halloween, none of that's going to be there on the land. We're not doing that. But everything's gonna be decent in order. Okay, everything's gonna be decent and in order. The men will be men. Okay, the men will be men. The women will be women. Okay, modest and things like that. Some people now here's an unpopular. I have a very unpopular thing because I've gotten questions like this, whether it be on social media, whether it be email, stuff like that. Can women wear pants? That's a very popular. Okay. Can women wear pants? Okay. I understand people are going to go to breaches and stuff like that. I understand. And when we look at, the definition and pants and stuff like that, okay, it's underwear, and when we see it where the Levitical priesthood where they wore it, and it's undergarments, it's underwear and stuff like that. Now we know the men, everyone, they wore like tunics and things like that, and when they had to gird up their loins, they put their hand down the front, all the way down, grabbed it, and pulled it to the front and tucked it into the front of their pants, okay, up into that I don't want to say girdle, but the belt right there, okay? And that's how they girded up their loins, okay? That's how they girded up their loins. So, I understand that a lot of people are going to be all upset. No, women can't wear pants. Women can't wear pants. Okay. If we're going by just the Bible, okay, the Bible doesn't say that a woman can't wear pants. It says that she can't wear what that pertains to a man. So if there's some pants that are made for her, made for a woman, she can wear that. However, before we have some men run down the street screaming and hollering like I'm undoing something, um, when it comes to your land, when it comes to your community, when it comes to your tribe, as a man, you're free to however you want to do it. That's fine. However you want to do it. You want to say, hey, no, my wife or wives, they can't wear pants or whatever. That's fine. I'm not faulting you for that. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. If I were to come to your community and I brought my wife or wives over to your community and I know you don't allow the women to wear pants on your community, guess what? My wives will not have on pants. Period. Because that's what you want. No problem. Also, pants, they still need to be modest. They still need to be modest. Modest pants, meaning they're not going to be showing off your shape and you. I'm just going to keep it clean. You know what I mean, okay? So none of this. I know they're not in fashion now, but like apple bottom jeans, kind of, none of that stuff, okay? Just modest women pants. But my favorite pants are like those Indian pants, or like real billowy. They don't cling to the body and stuff, like real billowy, kind of like what the like those Indian type pants, like old school, like the hammer pants and stuff, real loose and stuff like that. I just the Indian fashion type pants or whatever. I like those for women. But anyway, um, but again, hey, I don't want to say when in Rome. I don't want to say that, but what I'm saying, I just want to, yeah, harem pants. There you go. Thank you, sister. Harem type pants. I'm just saying what I like personally. Okay, I like harem pants. I love harem pants on women like that. I do. And we got to keep in mind, we get out there and we work, and we got to get out there in the gardens, and we got to go chase some chickens around and stuff like that. And I know sometimes it'll be easier, for women to wear women's pants. And even in some of the other communities where they don't like women wear pants, they wear pants under their dress. So, what have you. But again, I'm not going to fault any other community for a personal rule that they have in their community, or a man having in his home. That's fine. That's fine. The only thing I won't do is I won't teach something for doctrine, or I won't teach something and say that it is Torah and it's not. Okay, I'm not going to do that. But a man can still say, hey, you know what? I prefer this. I don't like that. Stuff like, hey, that's fine. That is totally fine. It's your community. It's your house. Let's see. Does your community work as far as money, property ownership, responsibility to grow food, etc.? Okay. Good question. Nice question. Okay. Well, the ministry, or I bought the land because nobody else is, no one else chipped in on that. So I'm buying the land. As far as money and things like that, yes, everyone will kind of pool money in. Now, does that mean you're about to pool, give all your money to me and to the, no, it doesn't mean that. But percentage wise, here's why. That's a real good question. Very good question, Johnny. But percentage wise, let's see. You got to get out. You got to see what makes sense as far as the expenses. You know, like buying food and supplies, and you got to look at the things that you're going to have in common, right? So, for instance, for example, so let's just say, and I'm making up a number. I'm making up a number, but let's say you make your own income or whatever, and you give 25, 30%, right? Let's just say that. Let's just use that just so I can make my point. Okay, so you have to understand you eat together 1, 2 meals a day, you know, we as a community, right? Say there's 15 families on a community, 15, 20 families on a community. We eat together, right? So when we go out and we go buy rice and you're buying the big 25-pound bag of rice, and you're buying 5, 6 sacks of those, and then you're buying these big old bags of beans, these 50-pound sacks of beans or whatever, and you buy 5, 6, 7, and all that food is for everybody, you know, in the community kitchen, in the community kitchen. So the money pooled together, that's what that's for, right? Even with insurance, you can get group insurance, right? So all this is like pooled together. Just for an example, I want to be off grid solar. So now we have to build a solar array, and we might have to build multiple solar arrays, right? So we do that. Guess what? Electricity is for everybody. Um, Digging a well, digging a well. Water is for everybody. So you got to remember all the things, like in Acts, they had all things in common. So does that mean you give 100% of your income, to me or the ministry? Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. Just common unity, right? All the things that we have in common, that's what you're paying for, right? Even in a home, right? We're talking about tiny homes and stuff like that. Think about this. We have a community, 15, 20 people. So we got 15, 20 men. 15, 20 men. We go on over to the lumber yard, Home Depot or whatever. We go buy those supplies, and 15 to 20 men help one man build his house. When it is done, there's no mortgage. It's free and clear. Those same 20 men, and now that dude who just got his house, one guy has 19 other brothers out there helping him build his house. And then we repeat, and then we repeat, and then we repeat again and again and again. Okay? No, the 20, 30% of income, that's just an example. I'm just saying it's just an example. Okay? I'm not, that's not a hard and fast, that's just an example. I'm looking at, I have to look at the expenses, got to look at the numbers and things like that. That's what I'm saying. That's just an example. I know some communities, they go 10% because they do the whole tithe thing or whatever. They go 10%, and then I know some as much as 50% of your income. So I don't have a hard number on that. I don't. I just use it for an example, right? But remember, even if it's 10, 15, 20%, 25%, whatever, if you don't have a light bill, if you don't have a mortgage, you get what I'm saying? If you don't have those type of things, then, and then everything that you put in the community pot, and remember, that number, you will know, all the men will know what's in the pot. All the men will know what's in the pot. Okay? So it's like, okay, what do we have in the community fund? There'll be a treasurer, right? And everyone will know what it is. So there's not going to be anything hidden. Okay? So it's like, okay, we have $80,000 in the pot. Okay? We need to build a bigger tabernacle or something, or we need to build a playground. We're starting to get a lot of kids around here. We need to build a little playground, or we need to build a school, okay, for the kids. We got homeschooling, and we need a couple of facilities. We need a room for like the little kids, and then we need a schoolhouse or a room for the bigger kids, things like that. But we're all putting it into the pot. It's all community like that. All community, right? Remember, if you live in a home, no mortgage, you have no light bill, you have no water bill. You see what I'm saying? We're helping everybody. So that's, that's what I'm saying. That's the idea there. All in community. When you look at the book of Acts, when they start selling all their possessions and putting it together and laying it at the apostles' feet, 30% isn't grievous compared. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He said, what happens if a brother builds a house on your property and you have a falling out and what happens to the house? Okay, well, the community paid for, you got to remember, the community paid for that house. right? So because everyone pitched in, it came out of the pot. Okay, we all put together and said, okay, let's build this brother a home real quick. Let's all of us get together, build that guy a home, and then so on, and then repeat, 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 repeat. Okay, so he didn't build it all himself. Yeah, right. So he didn't build it all himself. He didn't. I mean, 19 like if you're there and 19 other brothers help you build your home and the money came out of the pot, that means the community built your home. Now some of your money's in it, but the community as a whole built your home. Okay? And then if there's a falling out, obviously the elders gather together, see if there's, an issue or something. If you're doing something grievous enough or unrighteous enough to get thrown out or something like that, then you go your family, and then you're free to go. Nobody's a prisoner or anything like that. You're free to go if something unrighteous. The Amish have been doing this for absolutely. Amish been doing it forever. Absolutely, absolutely. They got it down to a science now. They've been doing it so long. But yeah, if something outrageous and wicked happens, yeah, people can get kicked out. People can get kicked out. You sleep with your neighbor's wife, you're out. You're gone. You're gone. You humble someone's daughter. You didn't talk to that father and stuff. You're out. You're gone. Okay, you're gone. And any of these big time big sins, grievous sins, things like that, you're gone. You going into the storehouse where the food is and stuff like that, and you're stealing food, when the food's for everybody. Now and remember, in your home, there's community food and there's food you keep in your home. That's fine. That's okay. Okay, that's okay. Not everyone likes the same thing. You're gonna have food in your house, but then you're gonna have community food too. That's it. So you go to the community food and you go stealing out of there. Okay, that's a problem. What's going on? It's as everyone has need. Okay, it's distributed as everyone has need because the community is supposed to take care of one another. Period. Every parent in that community should be able to parent all the other kids, right? Just like, hey, you know your mother didn't like that. Your father will be upset with you about. Don't do that. Go back over there. It's community, okay? Where who your neighbor is. You break bread with them like every day. Picture most neighbors now. You barely even know their name, okay? I mean, I've been here a couple of years. I know one neighbor by name, okay? Personal garden areas, absolutely. So there's going to be community garden, and then there's obviously can be an area where you can have a little, personal little garden too if you want. If that's a project that you want to take on. Yeah, there's going to be some room for some flexibility, some latitude, so you can still be. We're going to be one tribe, one community, but you can still be an individual in the sense that you have some of your own individual tastes. Like not everybody likes squash. Miss Ragsdale, will there be self-defense protocols? Yes, my husband and I have concealed handgun license and own gun. Yes, absolutely. Shalom, Jewel. Absolutely. Self-defense protocols. Drills and rehearsals, yes. If I have to bring in experts to kind of train everyone, absolutely. Because I'm not going to have all these preps, all these things ready to go, and then all of a sudden have somebody else just come in and just take it out from all of us. No, we're not going to do that. I mean, we're not going down without a fight. Put it like that. We're not going down without a fight. Okay. So shalom, brother. Following my man, following Yeshua. What is going on, my brother? Good to hear from you. But yes, safety protocols, concealed handgun. I carry a handgun myself. We'll be more rifles, ammo, all that stuff. And I'm only bringing it up because someone brought up security protocols. Absolutely, training. Yep, the women will be trained too. We'll build a range. I mean, I live between two mountains or whatever. We're gonna have a gun range, outdoor little gun range. Everyone be trained and proficient in that. Yeah, I don't want us to be easy pickings out there. Okay, I don't want us to be easy pickings. I have 3 acres of land and a mobile home on it. I thought about letting someone come rent free and grow food. Concerned about being okay. And Joel, I wanted to nuts and bolts about the community, but just say, well, I like my individual. Okay, cool. Sean brother Chris AZ has a good gun luck. Yeah, they do. They got open carry and stuff. Now I don't open carry, but I do own guns, but I don't open carry. I just not right now. I'll do that on the land. I'm not gonna do. I'm in the city, and I'm not gonna do that right now. But security protocols, things like that. How we prepare and get ready to celebrate. The feast days. We're gonna have that going. Um, we're gonna have a lot of duties as far as hopefully, I want to get people who have a background in medicine, background in education. My wife is actually a high school teacher, so she does have a background in education. So have people background in education, have people background in medicine, have people with background in conceal keeps you from being the first. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. Being concealed, I'd rather have it concealed because that's always been my mindset. My mindset is, well, if I'm open carry and someone wanted to do something really bad or rob a place or whatever, and they see someone who has a gun, because most people kind of case a joint first, and they see who has the gun, those are the first targets. Those are the first targets. So I'm just not comfortable with open carry. I mean, unless I was walking around my land, that's fine, but not out. I'm not gonna do that out here. So that's exactly what I feel. But we're gonna have all sorts of things like that, And then, like I said, I'm gonna go learn at the feet of some people been doing it. Like I said, I want to get out there to Pastor Joe Fox. I want to get out there to my brother in the faith, following Yeshua. I want to get out there. I want to do that this year. I want to do that 2019, even if it's just a couple days. I want to get out there and do that. I'm gonna make a point of doing that. I think I'm gonna make a trip. I'm gonna go to Missouri. I'm gonna make a trip out there this summer. I'm gonna make a trip out there this summer. My goal is to get it done in the next month or two. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I want to get out there the next month or two or something like that. Well, I want to be there long enough to where I can visit you following Yeshua and visit Pastor Joe Fox. And I know your guys are 3-4 hours apart or something like that, but I want to make enough time. And then there's also another person in Missouri that I want to go and visit. So, man, it looks like I'll probably be out there for about a week and a half or something like that. So there's a couple things I want to do out there. Like I said, I got a lot to learn. I'm humble enough to know that, hey, I don't know everything, but I'm gonna go out there and I'm going to ask my brother following Yeshua. I'm gonna ask him 1,000 questions if he'll have me. When I go out to Shofar Mountain, I'm gonna ask Pastor Joe Fox 1,000 questions if he'll have me, and we're gonna get this thing done. We're gonna get this thing done because we actually following Yeshua and I, brother following Yeshua and I, we've had a relationship, a communication relationship for thank you, brother, thank you. And I'm coming this summer. I'm thinking June, July, or something like that this summer. But I'm gonna email you for details so where I can meet you, where you are and all this other stuff. We don't have to do it right here, but shoot me an email. Again, that email, guys, for questions and things like that is FOI Bible Studies at inbox.com. FOI Bible Studies with an S, studies at inbox.com. But I want to get out there. I'm gonna make sure I stay out there for a while so I can spend adequate amount of time with everybody that I want to visit. So like I said, I got a lot to learn, and I'm not ashamed to say, hey, I don't know all of it. I don't know it all, but I want to get it done because what I was gonna say is that me and my brother in the faith, following Yeshua, we talked about a couple of years ago, and he'll tell you, we talked about it a couple of years ago, and then we had a vision of multiple communities across the country. Okay, multiple communities across the country that we have a relationship with, and so we can communicate and trade amongst each other. Okay, things like that, and just and have the fellowship, and then everywhere a brother go throughout the country, that's the vision. Everywhere we go throughout the country, a brother in the faith has somewhere to go, has somewhere to finish, to rest his head. Because remember, if we look in the Bible, what happens? How do we entertain a stranger? We bring them into our house and we help them and we put them up and we are hospitable to one another. So the only way, because I know a lot of people, people want to go to the Ozarks and stuff, which I like the Ozarks. I want to go too. But we gotta get, people are in different places. Okay, so we gotta kind of spread it out a little bit. And if the Ozarks is the vision that the Most High gave you, great. If Another place is a vision that the Most High gave you. Okay, great. Okay, yeah, multiple communities. That's what you want. You want multiple communities spread out over the throughout the country. Um, I got the land here was pretty good. It was pretty cheap or whatever. The greatest challenge is going to be, let's see here. I'm trying to own the land in multiple states for multiple reasons, but mainly to generate passive income so I can work the land and not worry about not worry about bills. Absolutely, that's actually a great idea. But we want to have those multiple communities. We want to have multiple communities to where, hey, if I go to the Ozark, I have a couple of brethren I can go visit, right? If I go to Tennessee or something, I can go like straightway. Just for example, I've never been a straightway. Let me just say that I've never been a straightway at all. But I'm just saying, for example, I know there's communities in different places. I know there's a community in Kentucky. But hey, I'm in Arizona, northern Arizona. Guess what? There's going to be a community here in Arizona, okay, up in the mountains. So, like the Messiah said, flee to the mountains. So we're going to have that going. Okay, we're gonna have that going. But any more suggestions? Do you guys have any ideas, any suggestions? Like I said, I wanted tiny homes. We're gonna have a couple of solutions and stuff for water, to have plenty of water out here. There's a couple of ideas of working with a contractor a little bit. He's giving me some ideas, and some really good ideas actually. That's gonna help with the whole water thing and all that. But if you guys have any ideas on that, because I was looking at tiny homes, I was looking at yurts, I was looking at trailers, I was looking at shipping container homes, I was looking at just so many different things out there. But hey, email us, let us know what you think. I want to get out, like I said, I want to get out there this year, 2019. I want to get out there with the brethren. I want to, roll up my sleeves, and I want to get out there and visit with some brethren and hug some necks and shake some hands and build those connections. Okay, because we people of the faith, in a way, we are few compared to everybody else, to all these other denominations. So how many families do you have to get started so far? You know what? Here, used mobile homes are cheap to buy, cheap to fix, and expensive to move. Okay, got you. Here in Arizona, I'm starting with me, me and my family. Here in Arizona, I'm starting to meet a few brethren and stuff like that, and if they buy into the vision, that's fine. There was a number of families, about 6 families or so back in Texas. They're not here. But I'm starting with my family right now. That's why I do some videos and I just get out there, say, hey, I just bought some lumber. Like I just bought lumber and cement and all kinds of things so I can get this deck made, get this outdoor kitchen area made. Get some restroom facilities made. I'm gonna build all those things. The reason I'm doing it like that is because pretty soon I'm gonna buy a trailer, right? So I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna move out of the house that I'm in right now. I'm gonna buy a trailer and live in that while I do some things for work. I work and I'm gonna do some things so I can keep my income coming the way it is. Build it on cob, adobe, earth material. I love all that. I wanted to. There's a earthship place in New Mexico, and I wanted to experience kind of living in an earthship. As far as the construction, I was looking at some of the numbers, and it's kind of expensive to get it done, but in the long run, it'll be super, super worth it. Super, super worth it. I definitely would. I am going to look into earthships. Plus, I'm between a couple of mountains, so if I can utilize that and utilize as many natural materials as possible. How do I feel about technology? Love technology. I love technology. I plan on, as far as communications, plan on having where I am is kind of remote, so you're gonna have to do we'll have to do satellite internet and things like that for that. I mean, there's people up there and that's what they use. They use their cell phones and things like that. They might have to use cell phone booster, signal boosters, and you're gonna have to use probably satellite internet. That. So I do like technology. So we want to get the communications there too. So solar legit, yeah. Solar is really good in Arizona. Trust me, it's really good. It can be kind of expensive, but solar is really, really, really good because you get plenty of sun there. So if there's any more questions, hey, please send them an email. I'll come back and do another video where it's like Q&A, and what I'm getting in my email, what I'm seeing online, things like that. But if you have anything, please let me know. I appreciate you guys. How much land do I have? It's 40 acres. It's 40 acres. But if there's anything else, hey, please put it in the email box. I appreciate you guys joining me, man. I can't wait to get out there and see some of the brethren out there. So until next time, this is the Israelite Prepper. Thank you, brother. Search the scriptures, prove all